Hey guys, Chief Fruity here, and in this episode I'm going to make white noise off of a snare drum. So I don't really know exactly how I'm going to do this, but I do know that in last week's video of Growl of Glory behind the scenes, I did take the snare drum and I played 30-second notes with it because I was sampling how the snare drum was playing. And while I was playing those 30-second notes with the filter of the snare drum, it would decrease it and it sounded exactly like white noise. Sounds like noise when you do that. So I'm gonna see if I can make white noise out of a snare drum in this episode. Here in the project, this is actually the project of Growl of Glory because this is where I had the snare that did it. So I'm just doing this in the project of Growl of Glory. And for those of you who don't know what white noise is, this is it. So I'm gonna attempt to make a snare drum sound like this. So I do have two ideas that might work. I'm just going to keep working on this until I get it to sound as close as I possibly can to white noise right here. And then I'll put it right next to it so I can compare at the very end. And then maybe you guys too can make white noise out of snare drums. So we'll see. So first thing, I'm going to need to get a new pattern and a snare drum. On the piano roll. And C, middle C. So first I want to test whether 16th notes or 30-second notes will work better. Which one of those would work better? I think the 30-second notes might work better since they'll be faster, so it could get more, it'd be more of the snare would be coming through because it'd be playing more frequently. But I could be wrong and maybe the 16th notes would be better. So let's try the 30 seconds here. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's still muted because the filter is all the way down. There we go. Okay. The 30-second notes against the 16th. So after hearing this, this actually has a lot of low end. So the 30 seconds might still work, but I'm going to go to the EQ, take out the lows, and boost the highs like this. I'm actually going to put on another EQ and take out lows and add in highs like this. Might actually be way too much. Just taking out the lows. It's actually losing a lot right there. Maybe something like that. Now I'm going to mess with the filter. So actually, yes, taking out the lows actually did help. I was playing Growl of Glory. Okay, I'm gonna boost up the filter. So I think the 30-second notes will work better now that I have that EQ. So I'm gonna copy this, paste it back, and let's see if this will work. Okay, so right now I just have this. And then that's actually really short, so I'm just going to copy it all over a lot so I don't have to copy each individual note. I'm just copying the pattern. And then get the automation. And let's see if this works. That is not working. I think just because it's too slow. Let me look at the EQ again. Maybe boosting those highs a lot more. Still doesn't really do it. So with the noise, as compared to the snare. So I'm thinking that maybe let's try it with 16th notes, and then if that doesn't work, then I'll record it into Edison and sample that. And we'll see if this can work. So now to get this to the 16th notes, that's okay, it's gonna need to be a little bit smaller there. I'm just gonna mute it right now so it doesn't have all those snare hits while I place these notes. Copy that and paste it. Set the volume. There. So let's see this. That does help, but it seems like it only sounds like noise when it goes just a very little distance. That still sounds like a snare. So this is not working very well, so I'm thinking the snare needs to lose a lot of low end and this in. So it just gets that. And then the out. No, I don't want reversed. Just okay, actually this right there. So I reversed it and I didn't mess with the in, but I boosted the out, so it didn't have this effect, so it's just like this. So that just sounds like noise. So now let's try this. So now just when it's repeating it over again, that sounds really weird. But that's closer to noise than it was. So this was before. That's what I'm trying to get. Like it has this pulse. So right now, maybe I'm gonna try something different. Let's do a different approach here. I'm gonna record this all into an Edison. Where's the Edison? There it is. And put it in here. It's probably enough. So is this gonna? And then I'm gonna go into the equalizer, and most of the noise is happening from 5K plus on hertz, kilohertz. I mean, let's do that. Ooh, that is way too much. Maybe let's go like 2K. What does that do? Okay, that didn't work either. So I'm gonna resample it because once it took it out, it couldn't add it back in. I'm gonna record first. And then I'm gonna try 2K. Accept. That is better. Now let's save that as an MP3, which is over here. And let's go back here. So I can get rid of that now. So now in here, I'm going to want to reverse it, and no, I want to crossfade. Yeah, I want to crossfade it, so it cuts out that part. So now I'm gonna make it even size so I can copy and paste it. I have a feeling that this may not be as efficient, so let's see. So I'm going to use this filter since it doesn't have the other effect filter that the snare's drum sample does. Okay, that is not working since it has to loop. So the only problem is when it loops, so I'm going to make this a smaller sample, like this. Maybe let's fade it down a lot faster. That kind of, like, that has too much highs in it. A little too much highs. This has some more low. So I think I'm going to do the same thing, but actually add in some highs on the snare. Some lows, because it had too much high. So I could re-record this into Edison, but not cut out as much. So let's see, so it's playing the snare. I'm going to boost up the filter. Record it. And maybe like 1K plus. This might work. Probably won't be too much better than the other one, but it might be a little bit more accurate. So let's see here. Okay. Let's cut this off so it can be looped. Oh, and put it there. Trim it. Okay, so now that this is here, let's take the mode X, the filter cutoff, and see how this affects it. That does not sound like noise at all. Like, if you can see this, as compared to this. So, those were the two ideas I had, but since those didn't work, I have another thought as to why it may not be working. So this sounded like noise. Right here. So I think I'm going to play it just like it was. I keep leaving the filter down for some reason. And then, no, I don't want that, I want the snare. 107. So there's that. Now I'm going to make the automation clip. I may have overthought this. It might just be here, but the problem was it wasn't going down fast enough, so it didn't sound like noise. So it should be in this little range. Yeah, like right there, it did sound like noise. So I'm thinking that if I do something like this, this might be what'll make it sound like noise. Not really. Maybe like this. There is a noise element in there. Maybe something like this, just to get rid of that hit. That actually does sound like noise. So now the only issue is it's not going down like this. It's doing that weird shape. So maybe if I could resynth this, oh, that little bit into Harmor, I can maybe just get this part. So I'm going to need to bring out Edison again. Edison, and record it. Take the MP3, I'm going to go to unsorted, I'm going to get a patcher. The reason I'm putting Harmor instead of a patcher, see, is so Harmor will still be loaded when I'm using other plugins. Show plugin, picker, oh, okay. It's just taking a while to load. I thought I got Harmor. There, okay, there it is. I'm gonna put this on track 3 where the snare drum is. So now I have Harmor. So I'm gonna want to go in the step sequencer, audio, set this, Looks like it's right here. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's stop that. Put it in the image mapping. Now I'm going to want to select Harmor, so it actually plays from Harmor when I use the keyboard, which is all the way down here in the patcher. That is an interesting sound. Sound like a trap element. But I want to get the noise right now. So as every other one, it's like right here. So if I just get this. Sounding way too metallic. I don't think this is going to work. So, looks like about the best I could get out of this. So I'm gonna just get rid of the Harmor thing. That was obviously not working. It was sounding way too metallic there. So that actually does sound like noise, but to get the effect of it falling, will probably just be like low and lower every note. Like this is probably all you can do. So I'll be back in a little bit when all these notes are down. Okay, so all the notes are down. I haven't sampled this yet, but let's see if this works. As compared to so it didn't succeed a whole lot, but it does kind of sound like noise. Like this. So basically what that is doing is it's just going from 0 to 100 really fast. So maybe let's try doing that. So I'm not really trying to make this super nice or in a specific order, just 0 to 100% really fast. That's basically just what I'm doing. So maybe this combined with a pitch drop might help. That is way too fast. Okay. So that did not work. So let's go back to this part. So this was what made it sound the best. Though that is getting too low pitch. So I tried. I don't really think, like, I'm sure it is possible, like with the Harmor thing that I was thinking about was taking this, like taking this sample, just taking that might work, but then the problem would be it would just be that little sample. So I don't think this is really a thing that you'd use in a song, kind of just a thing to do this. So I was unable to do this in this time, but see if you guys can try it and see if you guys can get it to work. If you did get it to work, you can comment that down below, and I'll try to do how you describe it in another episode of Snare to Noise. So that's basically it for this episode. Kind of a experimental episode. This could be like a new series, like experiments or something. So if you like this video or kind of the content or just kind of where this was going, you can drop a like and a comment. And if I get enough of those, I will make some more of these where it won't be exactly like this, but maybe something else, like trying to make it growl out of a kick drum or something. So we'll just see where this goes. So until next week, bye guys.